What's going on, you guys? Coaster here, just talking about the series previewing the Golden Knights and the Sharks. Kind of a strange. This is really a strange situation. I mean, a new team, an expansion team that has the best record in the division. They have all this voodoo magic going on, and yeah, surprising everyone. Glass ceilings, everything broken for a team that's expansion and all that. You gotta say though, the league favored the Vegas Golden Knights the moment they came into the league. That expansion draft. You look at how many players were protected per team. It favored the Knights. They could take a second liner, potentially. They could take a guy that was a lot better than what the Wild and the Blue Jackets took when they entered the league. So, yeah, Vegas had a lot of leverage coming into this. When I saw that roster, I thought, oh, okay, they could be a playoff team, but I don't think anyone saw them be this solid and amazing. Obviously, guys like William Karlsson, guys like Holla, a lot of guys have stepped it up. Marc-Andre Fleury has turned back the clock. And, the basic thing about the Knights is that a lot of these players are not going to be long-term pieces. I mean, the Knights are drafting players slowly over time. You're going to phase out of their current roster. Yet somehow, right now, they're winning, and it makes no sense. Fleury was out for a lot of the year, and they had like 5 or 6 goalies this year, and they're still winning. So the Sharks have a lot of voodoo against them based on that. Just Vegas keeps winning. Now, on paper, I think the talent the Sharks are right there. They should compete. But of course, the Knights have everything going their way. The Kings, I thought the LA Kings competed. Unlike the Ducks, when they were swept, the Kings actually showed up in that series. But just that some of the bounces and breaks didn't go their way. Hard-fought loss in all those games, even though they were swept. So yeah, can the Sharks compete? You bet. We know Joe Thornton's going to be out in the start, but I'm not concerned too much about that. Let's get it. Evander Kane is the big key to this series. If he plays well, I think this team will play well. And if he doesn't, then the Knights will take advantage. But I'll be very disappointed if the Sharks get dominated in this series. But yeah, Vegas, I'm not really concerned about them having the best record and all that, home ice advantage. Vegas is such a short distance, too, by flight. That's the beauty about this format. You don't have to fly the distance at the start when you're in your own division. You don't have to fly very far. So yeah, the Sharks, yeah, they're going to be underdogs, but I don't think they're going to be huge underdogs. A lot of people probably think they could go in there and win. I firmly believe that too, but I'm not predicting anything as usual. I just think the Sharks should compete, and there's really no excuses if they don't. Obviously, Martin Jones has been hot. That's the big thing. I mean, he really bailed out the Sharks against the Ducks the last couple games. So, but momentum and all that should be even because they've had a week off. They're both coming off a sweep of their opponent, so I don't believe momentum should matter either way. This should be very clear. Just how you have game 1, and then after game 2, you see just how these adjust to each other. I mean, yeah, every shift, every detail is going to matter. I think the Sharks should compete like anyone else. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you think of this team. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out goes to Sean Manaea getting the no-hitter. Very happy over that. The A's season is going to be terrible, but you know what? Manaea's got me something to cheer about. He looks like a very solid pitcher down the line. People wondered if they found an ace. Maybe he's the one. So far, so good for the month of April.